Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, Wellborn Wade, the Dino Dude, suggests distractible doobies, disengages, and tests his tribunate powers. Magneto Mark abuses caffeine, creates convolution, then defends democracy and magic bowls. Barbarian Bob is Fry the Fiend, refutes his legal cred, suggests extra spins, and slams the subreddit. From disturbing dentistry to rewritten regulations. Yes! It's time for The Council of Distractible, Part 2. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
I just realized I'm not sure who does the intro for this.
I think last time we all said it at the same time. Hello,
hey everyone,
everybody. My name is
another Distractible episode.
Your favorite,
we're today's host,
dog's
Wade.
Favorite place to poop. My name's Bob.
I'm Wade.
Are we doing the whole thing?
No, that's the episode. Thanks for coming, everybody. Podcast out.
If it wasn't clear from the title, which a lot of you might have no idea what that title means, this is Council of Distractible Part 2. We've done this before. We did film the boat episode as required back in June of 2024. It's almost exactly a year ago we did the previous council. It's time to think back. It's time to sort out some business.
It's like when the dentist gives you a pop quiz, two of your favorite things at once.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
Pop quiz of whether you flossed or not, and he knows the answer.
He's like, do you need this tooth? I think so. No, you don't! And yanks it out.
I think I told that story on this podcast, but that happened to me once.
Dental pop quiz?
No, you don't, and then the yoinked the tooth out.
That sounds familiar.
I had a serious problem with the roots of one of my molars, and it got just got worse, and I kept putting it off. And when I finally went in, they did an x-ray, and the dentist was kind of like, I'm not sure how that thing's still in there. And they literally, no anesthetic or anything, literally were just like, watch. And I was like, oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, well, it was hurting the whole time. So when they did that, it stopped hurting. And I was like, ah.
Last time I went to the dentist, which was a year ago, so I really got to get back there. I didn't have a cavity, but it was I had some gum issue, right? And they wanted to do a gum graft, and they were make sure that you're flossing every day until your appointment. And I did. I flossed every day until my appointment. Then I forgot when my appointment was. And I get a call saying hey, you missed this. You got to pay a late fee. I'm like, oh, what? Oh, that's why I was flossing every day. I did it for a month straight. I had the best gums. It was amazing. It was so much cleaner. And then I stopped doing it after that. I was like, well, I don't need to do it anymore. I'm not going to reschedule that or anything. They asked me to pay money. I'm insulted. And then I stopped doing it like an idiot. I'm going to schedule my appointment right now.
I'm diabetic, and so I'm pretty good about managing my doctors and stuff. The dentist is the polar opposite. I don't know why it's so hard for me to give a shit about the dentist. And I do not have great teeth. I probably have more serious issues because it's been too long since I've been to one. But and it comes up. I'll have the thought, and I'm like, oh, I should make sure I have an appointment with my doctor. Of course I do. Oh, I should maybe find a dentist to go to. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
I'm weird. I've always preferred the dentist to the normal doctor.
Incorrect opinion.
I know. No one feels that way.
Why though? Why? They scrape and they kick and the noise in your head. It's unpleasant.
No, I get it. It's generally speaking, there's something nice about just sitting back in a big chair, closing your eyes and I get it, Wade. You and me, we're the same. We're the same.
They get those jagged tools in there and they're like, how's your dog?
I think it's simple. The reason is I was such a big fan of dinosaurs as a kid that whenever I'd go to the dentist, they always had these little toys you could take home if you were good at the dentist. And they had a whole bowl of dinosaur toys. And I wanted to collect them all. So I was always excited to go to the dentist so I could get the next dinosaur toy. And I think that just permanently dentist equals dino. I like dino. I like dentist. Whereas the doctor just, gave you shots or touched your balls and that was it. Then you go home. It's nothing.
You and me, Wade, same brain.
Plus you go home, your teeth are all clean and stuff.
Well, and so did you ever have any, cavities? Do you ever have any serious teeth thing? Because like I had braces for 6 or 7 years or something. I had a lot of stuff with my teeth and my mouth that was like very unpleasant. Because the orthodontist is not the dentist, but it's all connected. And I hated that shit. So were your teeth always just like they cleaned them and it was fine and you were good and it was easy?
I mean, I had cavities here and there. Like
I had braces.
There was like an 8-year period where I didn't go to the dentist, like college and right after college. I just had no money or insurance. And I was like, well, the last thing I'm going to do is spend my money to go pay someone to tell me my teeth are dirty. Like, I know that. I brush them, but like, I can see that there's like the buildup. I know that I need to go to the dentist, but I can't afford the dentist. So for like 8 years, I didn't go. Then I went back and they were like, hate to tell you bad news. You got 3 cavities. I was like, wait, 8 years? I've only got 3 cavities? I could go another 8. But I go twice a year to the dentist now.
Twice a year? Is that the recommended amount?
Yeah, you get cleanings every 6 months.
Jesus Christ.
I think I've had 1 cavity my entire life. Well, okay, no, I had another, but it was when I still had baby teeth. So it was while I was very young. And my dad was really pissed about this because I had a cavity in my baby teeth. And the orthodontist that I went to was like, I'm going to fill that up and charge money for this. So we did it and charged money. And my tooth like fell out because it was a baby tooth a month later.
Yeah, that seems like bullshit.
Yeah, so it was. And my dad was really pissed about that.
I can remember I rarely get cavities, but I have like no cavities, but serious issues where I have like root issues and all kinds of fun shit. But I had a cavity in a baby tooth and I remember the tooth fell out and I was looking at it. I was like, wow, that's like mostly cavity at this point. God damn.
It's just a hole.
It was interesting. Good thing I didn't keep that one.
I never had braces or anything, but I had a couple cavities filled throughout life. I had my wisdom teeth pulled when I was a teenager. I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was like 4 or 5 years ago. A good portion of my tooth just broke off.
I think it was an airhead, if I remember the story correctly.
I had it in my basement, which was really cold. So it like hardened, which I didn't think about. And I went and I just bit into it. And I was like, oh, there's a crunchier airhead than I'm used to.
Oh, no.
And then I like reached in and I was like, what is that? And then I remember looking in the mirror and just like half of what felt like half of my front tooth was missing. And I was like, my career is over. I could never look at a camera again. And then I found out they could just fix that shit now.
They fix that super easy. I actually, in my senior year of high school, I was holding my tuba and it got hit into my face. I chipped one of my front 2 teeth right in the middle. I think I've had to have one go back once and have them put the whatever cap on or whatever it is. Yeah, they've basically permanently fixed it at this point. It's awesome.
Because I was worried. I was like, oh, they're going to have to yank it and give me like a cadaver tooth or something crazy.
I have to give you one of them George Washington lead teeth. I heard that. I have no idea if it's true or not, but I believe the myth is George Washington's false teeth were made out of wood or whatever. Apparently, at least some of his teeth or one of his versions of his dentures that he had was just straight up made out of lead.
Don't Google lead teeth.
No, pass. Oh, would you Google that?
Well, I was like, I wonder if lead teeth. It's not teeth made of lead. It's teeth damaged by lead exposure.
Oh.
Ew. Because, and I'm about to lead it up again, because it replaces your calcium, and it'll replace it in your teeth. So you'll have teeth made of lead.
So wait, if you have lead teeth, do you drink bullets to build strong bones?
Eventually, yeah, there's a crossover point where you get so much lead in, you actually become lead-based, and then you're a new form of life.
But you can't be applied to the walls of new construction.
But you do want your leads and teeth, your bones and teeth to be malleable, right?
I do, anyway.
Did I explain what the council? Not really. Once a year, approximately, whatever we so choose, we get together. We do have a constitution. Well, how many listeners and watchers do you think are aware of the Constitution?
The ones that aren't like me that blocked it out. So 10 of them?
Don't worry, because I fed the Constitution into AI, so now it's going to be perfect.
Oh, I thought we were going to Baltimore read it.
No, the AI is not going to read it. The AI just gave me a summary of it, so I know what's happening. So there are already several rules that we did not follow, but that's fine, because it doesn't matter, because no one cares.
Thank God.
Apparently, there's supposed to be a trophy for the winner of the boat episode. Did we even have a winner of the boat episode?
Yeah, wait.
Apparently, the winner of the boat episode has a constitutional right to sink the boat if they so choose. I don't know what the hell kind of unhinged psychopaths wrote this constitution. But apparently, here, I will go to the text.
Isn't the boat supposed to get bigger every year? This gets more and more expensive.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. apparently there are no losers of a tribunal episode, which is this one.
Of a tribunal.
A boat. Yeah. A boat champion is to be declared at the end of the boat episode. They shall receive a boat trophy and the right to sink the boat if they so choose.
I can see that happening, yeah.
Well, if we were going to ever sink a boat from the boat episode, we should have really done it with the RC boat, because I think going forward, it's only going to get more expensive and worse. Or we could do it on a submarine. Then sinking the boat would just be more fun.
Unless we're still on it.
No, it's fun. Submarines are allowed to go under there.
How do we get the footage to the surface?
They come back up.
Not if we sink it.
Same. You and me, Wade, same. I like it, therefore.
A noose.
Just...
Sorry, I thought we were finishing each other's sentences.
Also, I know that this is probably going to be inaccurate, but I did go through the episodes this season so far. So we're supposed to declare a season champion, right?
Yeah, we did last season, but the season ends in...
Yeah, it doesn't end. It doesn't end for a little bit still.
Does this officially mark the end?
No.
I mean, it's whatever we say it is.
Who won last season?
You did.
Yeah, you did. By a lot.
Oh, so I was the reigning champion. I knew that.
Yeah, you're the reigning champion. The current wins for this season stand at Mark with 28, Wade with 30, and me with 32.
Jesus Christ.
But that's also, there may have been, because sometimes when we host, we do sneaky things like steal wins from each other or give ourselves pity wins. I didn't double check all that. So
didn't one of us lose like 6 wins or something this year?
that was in a previous season. That was the score at the end of the last season. Mark had like 12 less wins than both of us. It was like Wade wins with 31, Bob has 30, Mark has 10 wins. And that was...
Yeah, I'm sure that was very fair.
It does say the winner, the championship of the season, is supposed to get a trophy. I'll buy my own trophy if I remember. But
one of you can buy mine while you're at it. I'm too lazy.
Yeah, you're assuming you're going to win.
I won last season.
Yeah, well, it is tight.
Every episode from here on out.
Mark can win 5 in a row, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have 3 episodes to win 4 times.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's probably doable.
I got this.
Should we all just put all of our wins in a pot and bet them against each other?
Ooh.
You can go to your local shop and buy Distractible Pot right now.
Should we just go through line by line, decide what's a good rule, what's a bad rule, what needs to be changed?
It's kind of what I was imagining. I'm sure there's some stuff we're going to want to get out of here.
What if we just say they're all bad rules and we move on?
I'm honestly open to that.
No, I'm not open to that. There has been some good changes.
You and me, Mark? Same.
What's your opinion on this?
Same.
Same.
But wait, Mark said he agreed with me earlier, so therefore...
Same.
Same. All right, but we have to vote. But I think that's in the Constitution that we have to vote.
I don't know. Who pays attention to those things anymore?
The most interesting thing, I think, is actually the first item.
What text do you have in front of you? Because I have a Google Doc here that I stole from the subreddit.
I have some from the subreddit, but it's like a weathered image of paper, black text on that. It's not a Google Doc.
It's probably close enough. We don't need to unify these. This is fine.
I have the AWOL Nation Hollow Moon music video in front of me.
It's good that we're all paying equal attention. Mark, what's interesting?
All right, so there's text that says winner can't be decided by coin flip or a wheel spin as the primary determination. It says there needs to be a second step verification in the form of a wheel. So this is contradictory because it's like, it can't be decided only by a wheel. It must be decided by not a wheel and a wheel.
I think that was just poor phrasing by whoever in our community wrote that down. The point was, it can't be decided firstly by chance, by a wheel or a coin flip, but the backup when there's a tie is, then you go to the wheel.
I see. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we can't just be like, I don't want to keep track of points, so the winner gets a wheel. 0 points. No one got any points. Wheel spin.
But there's nothing in this Constitution that I'm seeing that says you need to raise the percentage each time.
I think we made that up. I, honest to God, think that we did the wheel spin once and we were like, well, let's make this interesting, guys.
I think specifically Mark wanted to raise the percentage, and you and I were like, I don't want to host a one-man show. I don't want to do that.
Well, what's fascinating to me is we just did a 12, right?
Yeah.
It started at 6 and it's gone up 2 each time. We've spun it many times. It should be way more than 12.
I've had 1 or 2 ties. One, obviously one at least.
I think we are missing a couple, but I think it should be like 16 or 18. It's not like a ton more, but
I'm just saying I've got my red flag here and I'm about to throw it that I don't have to do this one-man show because statistically it should have been someone else before me.
Wait, because you should have had a higher chance of doing it.
But it would have been higher for all of your tries of doing it too. I'm not saying that as me. I'm saying fate would have changed. Butterfly effect, flaps its wings.
This is the council episode, therefore all old red flags are now gone because we're starting fresh.
I don't know if that's in the Constitution.
I vote we put that in the Constitution.
I
agree. That's a majority vote.
No, red flags reset at the end of the season. Oh no, wait, no, it doesn't. God, okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, no, this is a poorly thought out document. We have a lot of work to do to figure out what the hell is going on with all of this stuff.
All right, okay, all right.
Whoever came up with this is 3 idiots.
The thing is, we're a lot like the US government right now. There's no checks and balances here. It's just one guy breaking into, say, the Treasury with his cronies and just, yanking cables, deleting data, stealing data. Imagine if that was how things were, and that's how we are right now. We need oversight. We need someone else to guarantee us, and it's got to be the community. They have to have some method.
Well, I was thinking we've had a hard-fought season under the iron fist of the Constitution. I was thinking we would relax some stuff, maybe. We'd cash it out.
Apparently we did. We didn't follow any of the rules so far.
Yeah, well, that is one of the key tenets of our entire Constitution is if we don't remember what the rules are or we don't follow them for any reason, there's no recourse because who cares? Something like that.
Oh, thank God. So I've never once cared about the Constitution, so I'm glad.
Article 3. Yeah, that's the only thing in Article 3 of our Constitution. Each member is individually responsible for keeping track of and remembering the rules outlined herein. And if a rule is broken, but no members catch the infraction, there is no penalty.
Can you share me that one? I think that document might be better than this one.
Did we sell pocket handbook constitutions? Did we ever do that?
No.
Do we actually do that? No. Did that idea get floated? Yes. Yes, it did.
I was like, man, shouldn't we have our pocket constitution somewhere?
Yeah, well, we would have had to really settle on some official text if we were going to do something like that. And let me tell you, if there ever was a living document, this one is the livingest.
Wait, this is an I turned around. What is this?
Wait, what?
What did you link?
Oh, nothing?
What is that?
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's nothing. That's what you call not knowing how to copy and paste.
What are you looking at, Bob?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's not related to anything that you may or may not be doing next time we record.
Interesting. All right. Okay. I don't like where that's going. I like that. Well, I'll forget it.
This new keyboard has an extra button where my finger wants control to be, and it just really gets in the way of stuff like that.
Oh, this thing's over a page long. I don't have this kind of attention span anymore.
Yeah, well, that's why I fed it into ChatGPT so it could give me a 1-sentence summary of it.
I can't stop yawning.
Oh, bro, how are you going to do that?
I think caffeine, I need to just stop forever. Because every time I drink a caffeine, I get real yawny. And then I remember, hey, ADHD, caffeine sometimes doesn't work that way for me. And it just makes me more tired. But there's a very few rare opportunities where it actually does wake me up. And it's usually when I'm actually tired.
When it does work, oh my God.
But if I drink it when I'm not tired, I get tired. So why the fuck do I drink it? Because I'm habited and I'm addicted.
Yeah, it's literally addiction. I am in the same boat. When it hits, though, I'm like Fry in the Futurama episode where he drinks 300 cups of coffee. The caffeine hits and the entire world slows down around me like I'm Barry Kramer and it's miracles.
I have not had an effect off caffeine in a long time. If I get hit with caffeine, I don't ever notice it anymore.
You drink a lot of caffeine or not a lot of caffeine?
Not much anymore, no. Like I'll have like maybe 4 or 5 drinks a week, which is a lot, but it's not as much as like I used to where it was like a couple a day.
Energy drinks or like sodas?
No, like a Coke or something.
Oh, I don't even consider those to have caffeine in them. If it's not measuring the caffeine in hundreds of milligrams, it's not caffeinated.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't do energy drinks or like 5-hour energies or anything. I don't drink those.
I gotta stop.
I drank an energy drink one time before a basketball game, and I was like all fucking jittery throughout the basketball game, and I was like, I am never drinking one of these again.
Remember, Mark, you remember the big pile of blue amps in our dorm room? The pyramid from floor to near ceiling?
And that was just Tuesday night.
Yes, it was actually.
It literally was.
Are you guys alive?
I don't know, man.
Dude, we bunked our own beds with plastic coat hangers. Like, there's a lot. Mark used to just jump off buildings and hope he knew how to parkour.
I did that exactly once, and I learned I don't know how to do this.
Once would have been enough for me to not have survived college. So the fact that you lived is pretty good.
I was boring. I've got an issue with the Constitution, I just noticed. And maybe it's not with the Constitution, but maybe it's with an interpretation.
You had an issue with the Constitution last time when we were making the entire Constitution.
Yeah, well, this whole season, I remember Bob and I would talk, and Mark's like, you better not make any handshake deals. Those are against the Constitution. All of these sections talk about how handshake deals can overturn parts of the Constitution.
I never said it was against the Constitution. I just said you better not because it's always screwing me over.
I'm pretty sure he did. Where's my red flag? Where's my red flag?
Where's my red flag? You said that we don't have red flags.
No, we do from new things.
Yeah, well, that was actually a thing that I thought was funny. In the text of the document, the red flag thing isn't in there. Technically, it says that you have the right to appeal. I don't know how we arrived at throwing a red flag.
No, there was red flags. That was a thing. It absolutely was a thing. It is. It's in the other document.
We could go back and watch the original episode, but I won't do that.
Oh, I don't want to watch that. Yuck.
We already know this video, this particular episode. No one's going to watch it.
Should we just throw this out and do more broken news again?
I mean, no, but yes.
I already made the white guys joke. I'm already on it.
I had a couple foundational questions I felt like we should address, and otherwise I'm not too interested in parsing a bunch of legal language and stuff. Do we want to keep the Constitution as a general thing as a part of the podcast? Do we want to keep?
Believe that it is good to have framework. I will agree. The wording needs to be officialized. We should hire a lawyer to join in on an episode and actually make sure that the writing is both concise, or a stenographer, one or the other, not both.
I vote Bob.
I'm not a lawyer.
I vote Bob still.
Bob, you either have to learn stenography or take the bar exam, one or the other.
I don't want to do either of those. God damn. Fuck.
You can lie about it.
He cannot lie about it.
No, I don't know about stenographers. Do stenographers have strict ethics? Because I definitely don't want to lie about anything having to do with lawyers and bar exams and shit. But stenographers might play it fast and loose. Who knows?
Oh, they're tighter than lawyers.
Okay, but if we're going to have a real one, it's got to actually be written properly. It doesn't have to have legal language, but it just has to be written by us or someone we trust.
And have terms that we can understand.
Yeah.
Veto! Do I have veto power? Am I like...
No, this is a tribunal. There's no such thing.
Some of this sounds like work, and I'm not here to work. I think I said that last Constitution.
Each member is individually responsible for keeping track of and remembering the rules outlined in this Constitution. And if a rule is broken but no members catch the infraction, there shall be no penalty. I think that's the best rule.
Yeah, well, we need that rule, or else this whole facade crumbles.
What if we make instead of making it more concise, we make it more complicated? I think convolution is our checks and balances.
I like that. So we could just start chucking ideas out and just tag in sections that maybe one person will remember one time to exploit I like that. Okay.
I keep zoning out. I'm already so bored of the Constitution.
Why you hate the Constitution? You hated it last year, and it's only made the podcast better.
Because I'm consistent. My hatred has made it better. You're damn right.
No, the Constitution has made this podcast better by not being utter chaos. There's a time for chaos, and it allowed the Constitution.
Is that a pickle or a knife? That's a knife. What's in your other hand?
The sheath.
Oh, I thought it was a pickle.
No.
Why do you think so many things are pickles?
I like being threatened by pickles, I guess. I don't know. Don't kick shame.
Anyway, well, you know what? Let's just start throwing out new stuff, huh? How about that?
All right, well, if we're throwing it out, why does that have to be new? We'll just say it's thrown out.
No, not give me new ideas. Throw just anything you want.
The viewers can win an episode somehow.
I like Skyline Chili.
Is that a rule?
Could be. I don't know. You said throw stuff out.
Okay, if that's in the Constitution, you can never not like it. So if you ever go against the Constitution, you're breaking the law. What's the punishment for breaking the law?
You gotta fix it. The law.
I guess, yeah, like our government, there's no punishment for breaking the law. But there should be.
Can we issue pardons?
Someone would have to be president.
What's the opposite of a pardon? Can we issue blamies?
Blamies.
You know, it's funny because on the coffee machine, I have a tag that says, am I going to have to blamey Amy for this? Because one time she didn't clean out the coffee machine when she always does. And I never clean out the coffee machine. I don't know. Why is she with me? I'm such an asshole.
Hey, buddy, don't be too hard on yourself. We ask ourselves the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Viewers can win.
What happens if they win?
They host.
That doesn't have to be in here.
Who is they?
The viewers.
They just all get together in a call and record an
Okay,
episode?
no. The listeners and the viewers are separate entities, and they must be treated as such.
So only the viewers can win, or
Either can win, but they don't win collectively, I think is what I'm getting at. I don't know why I'm waving the knife today. It just feels very... This tribunal feels hostile.
I'm always hostile.
youth hostel.
Is a hostel a hotel or a brothel?
Definitely not a brothel.
Could it be?
Hopefully not.
In your mind, maybe. In the world, no, I don't think that would be legal anywhere. That's a thing.
Have like a candy on your pillow. It's just like a naked person on your pillow.
I don't want a random naked person on my pillow. I really don't want that.
That might be an experience you could have in a hostel, but also it's not part of the fact that it's a hostel.
Oh, I got Crispy Jerry on my pillow.
I don't want Crispy Jerry on my pillow.
Give me some more Constitution bits. What do we got? I think boat can be any number of things on or near water. I want to expand boat.
Well, I think we already were doing that. I don't think that...
I know, but that was just on our own volition. But I'm just gonna write boat can be anything.
Can we do an episode from the inside of a whale?
There's nothing stopping us. But if we write in the Constitution, I think it'll be argued that we must do that. And I don't want to do that.
Boat can be anything we all agree is a boat. That's all I want to put in there.
How about boat is any vehicle on or near water, within a certain amount of distance from water, within like 100 yards, a football field distance away from a...
So instead of being in like a pool or a tub or a lake, we're just in a car near it?
Yeah.
I'm going to put exactly what you said out loud, Mark.
100 yards. One football field.
Within like a football field distance from a body of water.
Yeah.
I think we should be a football field away from land if count as being in water.
Okay, that can also be in there. Within a football field away or within a body of water. That also means it's a shoreline. We should define it by the shoreline.
What's the shoreline of a tub?
The edge, the ring of scum around the tub is that shoreline.
Oh.
This governing thing is easy. Is this what the founding fathers...
100%. They were all sitting around drinking Sam Adams, just making stuff up.
Was Samuel Adams one of the founding fathers?
Yeah, that's why his beer is so popular.
You're right.
What do we need? What does this show need?
The show needs more sponsors.
This show. All right, I'm gonna put that in there.
Ooh, put in the Constitution. Every company in existence has an obligation to buy at least one ad on this podcast.
How do we enforce that?
Red flags.
What about companies we don't want?
We're gonna take their money.
Okay, good. Now we're cooking.
All steel must be D2.
By all companies, is there a minimum like size, or it could be like if grandma's crocheting and sells a blanket, we're like we need a cut of that.
That's not a company. It has to be a company.
LLC or incorporated.
That is a specific thing that it is defined by other people.
Does that mean we have to sponsor our own podcast?
Called doing a merch plug. So we have to get merch up. By those laws, we have to get merch.
Well, I'm just gonna type that in there.
Is this like a to-do list?
Yeah, this is turning into a to-do list. Oh, I have one. I wanted to actually throw this out. This is going to feel like it's targeting someone, and it's not.
I
promise it's not. But because it also applies to me once I say it out loud. Just get all the way through it with me. If you show up to host an episode and you don't have anything prepared.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Increase the one-man show percentage on the wheel by 2%.
That's fair. So it's not about spinning it.
I've done that the most probably out of all of us.
So it's not about spinning it. It's about...
It just ups the percentage.
Only when someone comes without an idea.
That's fair.
Well, here's the thing. Do we like the wheel at all?
I like the wheel, but I wish it either happened a lot more or never.
I want to gamify it more so it's more nail biting, but also addicting, and you want to spin it so that, like the coin flip, how it went 13 times in a row without Bob winning. We don't have that. We need that excitement back in there. And to tempt fate, we need to tempt fate more. I want more tempting of fate.
We need to tempt fate more.
What a good law.
I never know what statement I shout out is going to be inscribed in the Constitution.
I'm just capturing the good ones and making sure they get written down somewhere.
Okay, cool. All right.
So how do we tempt fate more with the wheel? Maybe every episode ends in a wheel spin, but there's a different. It's the one man show wheel is like punishment, but there's another wheel or something.
No, bonus stars, like in Mario Party. We should have every episode should have bonus stars.
We barely keep track of points. We keep track of that.
Well, maybe the wheel has like it decides what bonus star it is. Like, okay, who made the most poop jokes? Okay, who made the most? And it'll spin that, and we're like, that was Wade, or that was Bob, or who said this word the most.
What if we don't remember?
Well, it's just a discussion. We have to collectively decide. It doesn't matter what reality is. It matters what we say reality is, and we all have to agree.
So we need a bonus point wheel.
So at the end of every episode, what I technically wrote is bonus stars like in Mario Party on a wheel that gets spun at the end of every episode, which is definitely clear enough to make sure we understand this concept. I think the host should have the opportunity to change one item on the wheel, so not all of it, but you could rotate one out if there's one you don't like, or if you have a funny idea.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it should be flexible, that it can be changed. That way, if we hate it, we don't have to wait a year. And I think the audience can also suggest.
Who has to keep track of the wheel and spin the wheel each episode, and why is it Bob?
I think we can do this. We can collectively.
I mean, it'll just be a website that I have to open, and I don't mind that. How many bonus stars are we gonna have?
I think the number of times the wheel is spun at the end could fluctuate. Like it's default 1 for a bonus, but then maybe if a certain criteria is met, it's spun again.
What if we have a wheel that determines how many times we spin the other wheel?
Oh, more wheels. I like this.
I love chains of wheels, yeah.
Or a dice and a wheel.
Is there a dice website that lets you write on the dice?
Well, you could just have like literally a D6, and however many times, whatever it lands on is how many times you have to spin the bonus wheel.
But I want the visual of it, like, rolling and then be like, Magic 8 Ball. We're just talking about a Magic 8 Ball. I bet there's a website with like a Magic 8 Ball.
I'm asleep. Please consult later, or whatever they say. Yeah.
Oh, you can buy a custom Magic 8 Ball. That would be interesting, but we'd have to change that.
What if we order 3 custom Magic 8 Balls, and each of us just has a Magic 8 Ball at our desk for episode?
That'd take some work, but it'd be cool. But I doubt our ability.
Can we get custom dice in real life? Is that a more achievable thing? Because there's lots of people who make custom dice and stuff, right?
We could 3D print anything, really, but it's like that's work.
Yeah. Okay. No. What if we do a wheel? What if it's just a wheel?
All right, wheel.
We could have a wheel and a wheel.
So we should write a section in the Constitution that's like, this is what it has, and we'll just change it in the Constitution depending on what we feel. There should always be on the wheel who's the baldest. I think that's fair to you.
Ooh. But we could one of us could shave.
If we feel like the win is that desperate, but it may not guarantee the win.
I'm okay with that. What if there is a small chance that we don't increase or lower on the points one that always has one man show is like a 2% chance? We never adjust the percentage of that one.
We should see if the one man show is actually an ample punishment beforehand if we do more.
Oh, trust me, it will be.
All right, fair enough.
He might enjoy it. Don't speak for him.
That's true.
I was. What if there's a punishment where I make Mark get my YouTube channel to 10 million so I can get that diamond play button that I've always wanted? Is that a fair punishment?
No. Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to get it to 10 million? Why can't you get it?
Because it's not a punishment if I have to do it.
All right, what other bonus points do we want to have? Most bald, shortest?
That's what I suggested, but Wade shot it down. Who ate the most? Oh, maybe it should be who ate the most on the episode or who ate the least. No, it should be who ate the most to encourage us to maybe sometimes eat a lot during an episode. Wait, why are you making that face? It benefits you. You're usually the one that's eating.
Oh, listen, the problem isn't the wins. The problem is I don't need encouragement to eat.
You don't need to change your behavior. It's the same behavior. You don't need to do anything different.
I need to change my behavior.
All these have benefited you so far.
Molly has finally convinced me that my shirts aren't just shrinking because she hates me. It's the weight I'm gaining. I believed it was witchcraft for years.
Or that she was intentionally shrinking your shirts.
She hates my clothes. She's shrinking them.
I know that it's a common thing to be like, oh, my clothing shrunk in the washer dryer. I've never, ever experienced this phenomenon of my clothes suddenly shrinking.
That's because they don't make clothes your size, so they're always oversized. When they do shrink, they just finally fit.
You got my real cry to come out.
You got my real laugh.
All right, fine. Whoever got the loudest in the episode.
Caused the biggest laugh?
Who had the best joke? That's a good one to have. Who caused the best laugh? Who looks the best that day? I think that fluctuates. Sometimes my hair is just a ramshackle mess. I'm wearing the same shirt. Whoever is the most put together that day.
Should we have a bonus one for the listeners and or viewers so they have a chance of getting a point? What if it's a 0-point episode and only the winners or only the listeners or viewers get a point? Then they could finally win.
If we start interacting more with the subreddit also, that we could give points out for things the subreddit does that are good and not annoying or terrible. Subreddit.
Okay, whoa, hey, easy up. They don't need that. I said that I would fix it and add the other moderators, and I don't think I ever did that because the fires distracted me. So I got to get back on fixing.
Oh, some excuse.
I was in the middle of fixing the subreddit, so I totally forgot about that. Oh, shit.
It's just been on, I guess being on fire is a bad comparison right now. It's been
fine.
It's been
fine.
Hey, they were very complimentary of our episode with the broken news.
That's 7 then. Bonus point for viewers, listeners.
Well, those are separate, right? So that'd be 1 for each. So would that make it 8?
Oh, yeah. I guess it should be
Oh,
one for
they're
viewers,
separate
one for
people.
listeners.
That's right.
Most on point, like whoever was most on point with whatever the topic was.
And there should be a flip side of that, whoever was the most distracted.
Do we want to add both of those?
Yeah, add both of them. How about this for a rule? So that wheel is spun at least once an episode, right? Every single episode, a host has to add a category so that by the end of the year, there's 60 fucking items on there.
Oh.
It could be anything. It doesn't have to be anything serious, but it's just like you just add some shit.
I'll change out at the end of every episode, the host may change one item to the host must add one item to the wheel.
Yeah, it's like throwing a suggestion into the hat game and Whose Line. You throw a random bullshit in there.
Dude, if this wheel ever fucking gets deleted and then at the end of the season there's like 100 and some things on the wheel, I'm just gonna do a random number picker or something like that. Fucking
that wheel would be nuts. But that's cool. That'll be fun. Then there's plenty of options.
Okay, so we're starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 we have right now. But we'll just keep adding. There's nothing that says you can't add repeats or bad things. So you could add more points for viewers or listeners if you're happy with them or something, or if you're trying to change the odds, or you could add punishments or all kinds of stuff. Well, it has to be points. We'll say it has to be limited to points, but like you could take points away for things or...
Because it's like, it's both interesting, but also not high stakes because it's only spun once.
Are we eliminating the wheel? Are we going to do the number of spins wheel and then the bonus points wheel and then just maybe have it be like 1% one-man show or something so that that's like a weird payoff?
I think maybe we still keep the other wheel. What if the bonus wheel makes it into a tie? Then we would still need the other wheel for a tiebreaker.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, I think we should still keep that other wheel.
All right, so we still have the tiebreaker. We're in a 3-wheel system right now.
What's the third wheel?
The first wheel is the wheel that will decide how many spins of the bonus wheel, right? Aren't we doing that?
Oh, I didn't know that was a separate wheel. That's interesting.
I thought we were at the end of every episode before the points. There's a bonus points now. And I thought we were going to, it has to be spun at least once, but there's a wheel or a magic 8-ball or something that decides how many times we spin the bonus point wheel. And then you spin the bonus point wheel and divvy that up. And then you do the points for the game.
Well, that sounds like a job for a dice.
What should the number be for that? Like 1 to 4, 1 to 6? We don't want to spin the wheel like a dozen times. There's got to be like...
We have to make a D3. We have to physically make a D3. We have to make it happen.
I mean, that does exist, right?
Oh, yeah, there's D3 dice. It's just like physically...
Oh, it's like a cylinder triangle thing, right? And you just like roll it.
3 sounds fair to start with. 1 to 3. Yeah, that feels right. That's how Mario Party does it anyway.
Do you see the horrible 3-sided die that's like 3 fins?
Why is it horrible?
I don't know. I don't like it. The way it makes me feel.
Sounds like a you problem, gonna be honest.
Sounds like it must be a finned 3-sided die.
There's a cool like infinity looking one where like it lands and it has a 1, a 2, or a 3 like cut into the I like that one.
It must be the most uncomfortable three-sided die according to Wade's discomfort in that moment.
Well, fine. I hope it's covered in fucking holes just for you then.
No, Wade's discomfort.
I don't like holes now.
It must be the host's phobia in a die.
It's a dice made of a spider covered in holes.
Good. That's also a clown.
Making me itchy and scared. I don't like it.
I think we've lost the plot. What are we doing in this episode?
I've got a bunch of stuff I need to somehow weasel into this Constitution now.
All right, we got to start ripping out laws.
Yeah, do we want anything else added, and do we want to delete some stuff?
I don't think there's anything else in there.
I think the best thing we've done in the Constitution, I think you guys would agree, the physical tracking of points and naming them.
That was a good one. I like that very much.
I think that helped a lot and also is very fun to keep track of.
It is fun to hear the points read out at the end and what they were for. That is fun.
Whether or not we kept a full record of it, I think my hot sauce ones are lost to the winds, but
I was going through them earlier. I didn't even used to title them. I just had like your guys' names and like occasionally I'd write down what it was for. Like they got a lot more intricate over time.
Yeah, I got to get a notebook because I want to keep track of it. I actually want to keep track of these.
I'm about almost halfway through this notebook. I'm very excited to see when this actually gets filled up. Then I'll have a documentation, and it'll absolutely make sense. I can turn to any page and see that Wade earned points for natural sleeper, 30 minutes of shit, and shit shower. And do you fear death?
See, I don't even remember what it's about, but it makes me laugh.
It's a documentation of our history.
July 9th, we did an episode where Tyler had 6 points.
Wow. Oh, wait, you date yours? That's a good idea. I put the title of mine.
Here's the thing, though. I date what episode we record them, not necessarily what day they come out. So the dates still aren't perfect.
Apparently my scorekeeping for the at least 20 questions episode really went downhill because we got into the whole chapstick situation.
Oh.
Mark lost 7 points, but Wade lost 11 points during that episode.
I occasionally just pull out a chapstick, Bob, just to see if you'll react to it.
How many fucking points I gave out in this episode?
Jesus. Mine are always like 5 to 15. I'm pretty consistently in that 5 to 15 range.
I like Mark's. I've been trying to edge towards Mark's style of like low single digit points. Keep it tense.
Yeah, I've only ever done 1 point plus, or not only, but I predominantly gravitated towards points up or down 1.
I only ever give 1 point at a time. I just give a lot of points. Sometimes you guys are just talking and I'll just chuckle and I'll be like, point.
Somebody said that we apparently had claimed and have never done golf rules, which we did do golf rules, but it was before the Constitution.
Yeah, we did one it was Bob's Fridge. Wade hosted that and Mark got the most points, but at the end, Wade gave me the win by saying it was golf rules, and I actually won the episode.
It was before we had the Constitution, so I intentionally gave Mark as many points as possible so that it would feel like unfair at the end. I was like, oh, it's going to look like Mark's going to win. I was like, but I'm going to inverse it. It's going to be so funny.
Well, I think you have to declare it, but I guess that's not in the Constitution, so.
That was before the Constitution.
You're right. That's true.
This was back before Distractible had invented fire.
I'm just going to write down, it's in the Constitution. That'll resolve a lot of disputes. So you like the writing down the rules. Is there anything we want to rip out? Do we want to rip out the subreddit appeal thing? Because I feel like that's been a mess.
Yeah, we didn't use it. It doesn't make sense. I don't even know if we should have an unfairness clause.
Shall I just write down, remove all unfairness clauses?
We could do something where, if someone declares something is unfair, something's done on the spot, but I don't know what that would be.
An immediate wheel.
Another wheel spin. One more wheel
The
spin.
wheel of fairness.
If one of us declares something is unfair, we spin a wheel where either we win the appeal or we're forced to host a one-man show. It's a risky claim.
No, it's got to be something with like trial by combat. Is this unfair? Let God decide.
What if it's just a coin flip? Heads for fair, tails for unfair.
What if it's a really heavily stacked against it being unfair coin flip? Like you can declare it's unfair, but it's a 9-to-1 chance it's going to be fair.
Do you have to win 3 coin flips in a row for it to be fair?
I like that. Then we just have a wheel of fairness.
Nah, the coin flip is cool.
Okay, coin flips.
If you win 3 coin flips in a row, it was unfair and you are justified. That is fate saying...
That's the universe taking your side.
Yeah, and you can only do that once.
What, a 1 in 8 chance? 3 coin flips? 1 in 8?
That's fair. That's actually...
That's pretty good. That's better than what Mark wanted.
What if you lose all 3 coin flips in a row? Does anything bad happen?
I mean, once you lose one, I feel like you just stop. You don't lose again. Once you lose one, you It is fair.
Well, I mean, I'm saying if you forced it to
wait,
flip 3 times.
I get what he's doing it because you have to flip 3 times. And that's another 1 in 8 chance that something terrible happens. For daring invoke the unfair, it's double point loss. You know, if you don't get 3 in a row,
75% chance you're good. 12.5% you win. 12.5% you really lose.
that's good. I like that. So we're not just throwing out unfairness willy-nilly.
There has to be a risk.
Okay, so if you lose 3 coin flips in a row, what was it?
You lose double the points or you get double the unfair.
Yeah, whatever what you said was unfair will be dealt double.
So like if Mark gives you a point, I'm like, that should be my point, and I say it's unfair, you would get 2 points. Or, you know, if Mark says I lose a point, I'm like, no, I don't lose a point. That's unfair. We do the 3 coin flips, then I can either lose 2 or...
We should make it that as soon as the word unfair falls out of someone's mouth, it happens, even if they don't realize they're doing it. So we got to be very careful about what we're saying, because as soon as the word unfair comes out, coin flip immediately. Stop everything what we're doing.
We're going to do an episode just called Fair or Unfair, where every like 3 seconds, well, guess we're flipping again.
All right, that's in there. Once per episode, you may declare unfairness by saying the word unfair out loud and initiate 3 coin flips. Win 3 in a row and unfairness is proven. Lose 3 flips in a row and it is made doubly unfair.
Well, it's made doubly fair, because if it was unfair, then the unfairness would be valid.
Oh, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
If we say fair, you have to flip, or just unfair? Both? Is that what we're saying?
The trigger word is unfair.
So if like, thank you, Mark, that's incredibly fair, nothing happens. But if I'm like, Mark, that's unfair, we immediately coin flip.
I think it also should be valid if you trick another host into or another contestant into saying unfair.
I like that. I think if anyone ever says the word unfair for any reason and any of the other 2 people hear it and catch it, it is triggered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even if it's a trick.
What about synonyms to unfair? What about like when we say like that's unreasonable?
Has to be the word unfair.
What if you say funfair?
Can't spell fun fair without unfair.
He said it!
No parts of other words, no hyphenations.
Must be unfair.
I give us 3 episodes before we forget this rule.
Oh, yeah. No, the convolution is very good, though, because it will forget about it for like months. And then out of nowhere during a highly heated episode, someone will just be like, he said it. And then it will happen and it'll.
I think the audience can participate. If they catch us not saying it, they can remind us, and then we have to doubly unfair later. Nah, that's stupid. Fuck me.
See, that's the thing. We don't need to enumerate that. I think we have a good rule here. And if the subreddit points out that we're not doing it, we can just on the fly do whatever fucking bullshit we want and jazz it up later, or do makeups or something, or ignore them because they suck, or whatever we want. That removes all current unfairness clauses, and that's our current appeals and unfair process. No more red flags and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, none of that.
Great. Good constitution, boys.
We could trick the audience into getting our watch time up, because they have to pay attention if they want to.
Yeah, they're going to have to really scrutinize.
Yeah.
They're going to have to go back through and listen again, make sure they didn't miss anything.
The fools.
I don't have any other ideas I really, really want to cut out or anything. I don't know.
What is this? Section 3 of Article 1. The competitors of an episode shall be composed of any members not elected to be host by the host of the previous episode unless overturned by handshake, deal, or official subreddit vote. What does that even mean?
I think it literally just means that whoever won the last episode hosts, and they're not a competitor. So if we had 2 winners, which I don't know if we can still have that happen, but
Yeah, we can.
if it ends in a tie, we don't have to say it's a tie. We can just say you both win.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be a tie. It could just be a win. It's not a tie to win. It's just 2 winners. It's a meaningless pedantic distinction, but I feel like we're allowed to make that distinction if we want. If something comes up, you could just say, you're both winners.
There's 100% chance for the next person to do the one-man show. We're like, no, you just both win. You both win. I don't want to be crazy here. You both win.
Oh, see, but that's the rub, is you have to write down the points, and it can't be a tie, but also they can both win.
Well, even if we do it in a tie, now we got the bonus points to stop it from being a forced tie.
That's true. Now we can't just make sure there's not a tie on our watch. You might just end up with ties thanks to the wheel of bonus points bullshit.
I'm like, oh man, Mark, it looks like you win by 10 today. But how? I don't know, man. That's how the math worked out.
Oh, no. Can't have that. Can't have that.
All right, is that good? We did it?
Good. I think we did it somehow. I think we just blanket sweep vote that all these changes are valid and good, and we agree to them.
Well, I will try and make this into one document that is like for us. Not that hard, but I'll try a little bit. And then we'll have a constitution. And I guess I will be the keeper of the constitution.
Bob, I hope you win this season. You put the most work in.
Well, I won last season. I guess it's not over. So is that what we decided about the season champion? Is that it's not done yet, so there's no winner yet?
Yeah, there's nothing. Hasn't been decided yet.
Technically, I'm in lead by a couple.
I'm going to get that cash prize.
I didn't get a cash prize last season.
It didn't take effect until year 2 of the Constitution.
Probably hell.
I don't know how to end this because we don't have a host. All I know is that I'm looking forward to Mark's one-man show episode.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Mark had to be busy today for a little bit because it gave Bob and I some time to cook.
Well, Mark, as a reward for your forthcoming punishment, you want to lead us out here?
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for joining for another year. We've only got another year left until Distractible is forcibly deleted from existence. Even your private recordings of it will be expunged. You will see how.
Fornis Distractus. That's what we called it.
That's this. That's all it is. The clock is always ticking. Remember, only I will be deleted. So all of your recordings will mysteriously not have me in it.
That'll be a hell of a thing.
We'll just get the AI you that says, "Have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?"
Oh, we didn't put any ship of Theseus things in the Constitution. If this Constitution keeps changing, is it really the same Constitution?
The Constitution of Theseus?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like the con of Theseus.
May your D2 steel knives always be sharp, and if they're not, for the love of God, sharpen them. Podcast out.